Here, I'll show a visual representation on my opinion of the price of Scotch. So I'll draw it on a little line graph here. So right here on the x-axis, I'll do the price. And then on the y-axis, I'll do, let's say, the taste. So for the taste, let's say up here is like outstanding. There we go. Yeah, can't spell right now. And then down here it's like meh. So and then price, let's $20. Let's start with $20, and then we're gonna way up to 100. Because anything over 100, I mean, or like right around the 100 range, that's just in people's minds. It doesn't taste any better, and it's for probably collecting purposes. Okay, so what you would think is, okay, that as the price goes up, so does the taste. That's not always the case. First, let's talk about what influences the price of Scotch. So it's going to be the age, the brand. So the brand, like, oh, I'd pay more for Johnny Walker than I will for Old Smugglers. And then the finish. So the finish is just the type of cask they use at the end, whether it be bourbon or sherry cask, whatever that may be. So what I find is that $20, like, it's like meh, it gets the job done. But then as you start to pay more, around the $40 range, it starts to get actually pretty good, and then you work your way all the way up, and then it kind of levels off from there. And so if you're paying like $50 for, let's say, their 12-year expression, that will probably do. You don't need to go on and do like their 18-year. I don't think that it's going to be much of a difference, in my opinion. So I'd say the sweet spot is around the $40 to $60 range. Because really, once you get up there closer to 100, I mean, it's still going to pretty much taste the same. It's not going to taste $40 better. So that's my take on the price of Scotch. If you have any questions, please let me know. Alright, so I just went over the price of Scotch and what contributes to it, in my opinion. And so one of the things that I brought up was the finish. And that got me thinking, maybe I should try some of the wine casks, or the wines that these whiskeys have been sitting in, like their casks. And so I went and I found a deluxe dry sherry wine. And I was like, okay, so hopefully this will help me with, identifying the different types of finishes and how it relates to my preference. So I'm going to give it a try and see if maybe I really like sherry finishes. So I've tried it before, but I want to give you an honest opinion of it here. So I don't know that much about how to drink wine, but I think there's something about let it breathe. So let it sit there and breathe for a while. While I let it sit there for a while, I'm going to talk about, I think Bowmore 15 said that was aged in a Oloroso sherry cask, so I might try it right after the wine and see if I can taste it. I mean, I don't think it's very good. It kind of has like a sour taste to it. I don't know. Like, I know candy doesn't spoil, but it tastes like spoiled candy. I've actually been mixing it with wine that I do like, just to get rid of that bottle. So, but this is a dry sherry, so maybe there's other types of sherry that I might prefer. I don't know. We'll have to look. We'll have to investigate it further. Now let's see if I can taste any of it in Bowmore. That's okay. I'll just put a little bit in there. Whiskey is just more pretty to look at than wine. But I guess wine's more affordable and more available. So, and I like wine. So, I don't want to get in a feud over the winos, you know. It's a bunch I don't want to mess with. No, it was finished in a sherry cask, but I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would be able to identify that. You know, that might be something that I need to work on. You know, to identify the difference between sherry, bourbon cask, aged. But you know, maybe this has how it ages has very little to do with the taste of the whiskey, but I think Bowmore is actually bourbon and sherry, so I don't know. I know I was reading about sherry casks and it talked about Glengoyne. Glengoyne is aged in sherry casks, but if you can think of any more, let me know. We'll talk about it. See if we can have a connection and narrow down what we like, so that when we go and we don't waste our money on whiskeys that we're not gonna like. But all in all, don't recommend sherry wine. Do recommend Scotch.